My name is William Barron, and I'm a World War II veteran. 1944, and I had graduated from high school, and I was attending the University of Maine. I just joined the Navy because I wanted to. Boot camp was in Maryland. Well, you're coming in without a title, and they put you in to do all kinds of work, any kind of work. And once you complete it, they advance you to some more, and you get an advanced position, and you got higher pay. It was a very practical thing for the time being. The assignment they gave me was up in the Aleutians. My rating with the Navy was a chief mate for flying aboard a PBY. It's an observation plane. It can fly at a low speed. You can't fly at a very high speed at any time. It primarily uses for observation. A fuel conservatory. It can cover a big territory with visual observation. It's a designated type of aircraft that is used for long-distance flying, covering wide spaces. It's able to stay up in the air for quite a long time. It can land in an airport, or it can land at sea. I was a substitute pilot. I didn't fly every day regularly, but I did get substitution. We had three men in charge of navigation, and I was one of them. And we had two pilots set each side, and I sat just about back of them and between the two of them. So it was a very challenging thing, but we didn't lose anybody, which was the most important thing. But the Japanese did. And the distances is what were challenging, and very challenging. Always the possibility of you losing your life in any possible day. When we were on Attu, when Attu is it's about 1,000 miles away from Alaska, out the chain. And that's when we first tackled the Japanese. They didn't have aircraft that they put up a field to operate, and but that was in the early part of the war. But later on, they became a fierce opponent, very fierce. And when we lost planes due to that. We ended up getting flight crew to observe any of the Japanese indications of attack of any kind, and we managed to defeat them at every turn. It was miserable doing it, but it did work. Indications from Nome, but that was the latter part of it, before we really got into trouble. No, I wouldn't call them rescues, but we flew out of Nome to pick up a couple that had been lost out of their own recovery crew, and so that was a tough assignment, but we did do it. But we managed to stay enough out of trouble so we don't lose our own lives. I was in the march of the military up and down the San Francisco hills at the time when the war was over, and a big celebration. And you could stand at the top of the hill, and the hill goes down and up and down and up, and you could look out across the Frisco Bay into the island, into Oregon, and it was very fascinating. Enjoyment, that's all I could say. And all my close military friends, they're gone. After I got out of the Navy, well, first thing I did was get married. We had 3 children, one of which we recently lost. My wife and I went to the West Coast, went to Oregon State College, and I went there to get my advanced degree, forestry. So that's what I got when I got out of the Navy. I was employed by Prentice and Carlisle in Bangor, and I had work assignments to cover the entire state of Maine, and I traveled away from home most all the time, but might come home on a weekend.